Today I really want to talk about content creation. Let me tell you about the school run. It is a little bit crazy, but actually this morning I've got in here a little bit early and it is cool. Normally it is absolutely nuts around here. Good morning, I am just back from the school run, which in all honesty is pretty crazy on a daily basis. Let me tell you about the school run. What happens is usually grown adults lose their shit with each other every day because it gets so crammed up. People leave everything to the last minute, they get there late and then there's no car park spaces for the average person to get into. Couple that with 2-3 kids in the car, a single parent driving the car, trying to park the car, and it becomes complete chaos. It ends up being like professional people in suits losing their shit with each other. Me and Danielle every single day just laugh at it, and we're grateful for the fact that we don't have to go through that kind of 9 to 5 rush hour thing. We go and drop Lex off, we go for breakfast, we go for a coffee. Now, last night, Mason was so loud, Danielle got hardly any sleep. She's actually just in bed right now, trying to get some sleep, trying to catch up, because for whatever reason, he's now sleeping for like 2-3 hours. As soon as it's daytime, he's sleeping like incredibly well, nighttime, not so well. So I'm just gonna go make a coffee right now. We have today a Costa Rican, and I'm gonna show you my AeroPress technique. The AeroPress method that I use is one that I was taught by a coffee shop that I go to on a regular basis in Liverpool, Bold Street Coffee. What I use is a variable temperature gooseneck kettle. Coffee brews best at like 93 degrees. Most people, when they use like a traditional kettle, they'll boil the shit out of the coffee, then you're in for a bitter sour coffee. So I used the AeroPress reverse method. Take the coffee, 1.5. Make sure the kettle is boiled up to 93 degrees. Now, what I want you to do is pour on the water and then stir for 2 minutes. That's brewing. Take a filter, and I like to wet it first because they are a little bit bleached out. So I'm just off to the coffee shop. I head in there, do a couple of hours of work. I hate leaving Danielle and Mason, but I have a few bits that I have to do. I have some pressing stuff. I am taking some downtime. Normally I would be doing like far longer days than I am right now. It's probably the first break that I've taken in business since I started out in a long time.
Ground floor. Doors opening.
Today I really want to talk about content creation and actually, I guess, sharing with the world what it is you do, who it is you help, and how you help them. There are a bunch of people out there right now who need your help, especially if you're in the fitness industry. But what I see is fitness business owners rarely ever shooting video content like this, or perhaps sharing why it is that somebody should invest in you other than someone else. If you watched the last vlog that I did, I talked about being original and being a kind of unique and different. What are you doing on a regular basis to demonstrate that you actually know something? Produce valuable content on a regular basis. I don't know what the barrier is that the blogger just to doing that, but today's video I'm going to share with you some of the ideas that I have around producing great quality content and how to do that. But ultimately, you have to be super driven to share a message with the world. You have to know deeply within your heart like what it is that you can do to provide value to your audience. Whatever business you're in. I mean, primarily I'm talking about fitness businesses right now. You're a personal trainer, you're a fitness facility owner, studio owner, Pilates, yoga, whatever it might be. You need to be demonstrating some sort of value on a regular basis. If you don't, then all that people have to compare you to somebody else is like what you charge versus what they charge. Okay, back to content creation. So I imagine one of the reasons you don't create content is that you're unsure about how you're gonna look on camera. You're afraid to share it, or you're afraid that you'll say something stupid, or you're just not sure what to say. So here is my creative process in 3 simple steps. Step 1. Understand your audience better than anybody else. Who is it that you specifically want to speak out to and reach to? My specific audience is primarily the fitness industry, people who are business owners within the fitness industry. However, I do have other businesses that share self-development with people who are general public, who want to get better, who want to develop themselves. Our gym helps people who are in a position where they want to lose weight, want to lose fat, but also want to get stronger, want to build a better physique, and also get in incredible shape. The guys' audience we have is strength and conditioning for men. So there are various different audiences that I speak to, but make sure that your content is dialed into an audience that you know. Step 2, dig into the psychographic of that audience. You have to really understand on a daily basis what your potential audience is going through. What are they struggling with? What are their challenges? And it's kind of like understanding your audience, but you have to know at a deeper psychological level, wow, that was loud, what they are going through on an almost daily basis, so that you can speak to those things. When you know who the audience is and then you understand the challenges, it becomes easy to produce content. You're an expert in an industry or a niche, operating within the fitness industry, for example, you should be able to talk about stuff off the top of your head. It shouldn't be a difficult thing for you to do. So step number 2 is dig into the psychographic of that audience and figure out exactly what they struggle with on a daily basis, but what their biggest desires and aspirations are. Once you have that, it becomes easy to produce content.
Yeah, I'm just looking for a present, so.
Step number 3, I have my phone and I have notes. And every time I get an idea or a thought about content or something I'd like to shoot for my audience, I put it in there so I never have what would be writer's block. I primarily love video, but I'm also a writer. I never want to get to the point where I have no content to produce. So I have my notes there so I can produce a piece of content on a regular basis easily without any stress whatsoever. The reason I do this is quite simple, because you're gonna get your best ideas when you're not in the mindset of producing content. I rarely get great ideas when I'm sitting down and like, okay, I'm gonna shoot a video today. I just get my best ideas from drinking a cup of coffee, sitting in a coffee shop, going in the shower, like the stupidest things, walking the dog when I don't have my camera. My best ideas come from things other than thinking about content. That was insane. That guy basically had, I don't know how he had it, but he had a violin on his hand with a doll that he created with strings attached to it. As he's playing the violin, the little character that looks identical to him that he made is also playing the violin, but it looks super real and super legit. So I don't know whether the little doll's playing the violin as he's moving his hands or whether he's playing the violin. It was super impressive, so I just thought I'd share that with you. So let me tell you a story about when I first started shooting video. It was about 6 years ago right now, and I was pretty much terrified on camera and also terrible. If you're like afraid to produce content right now and you're unsure of what to do, then I can just tell you, like, the first year or so is going to be painful. You're going to watch your videos back, you're going to feel like, oh, what is that that's it? Like, how do I sound? What do I look like? You're going to get to a point where you don't really like the stuff that you produce. You got to remember, the people that you're sharing your information with, they aren't experts. So anything that you provide, whether it be good, bad, or ugly, is going to be information that's going to help. And that's important, because it's only after about a year of producing regular video content that you're going to really start getting better at doing it. And the only way, unfortunately, to get better at video is to produce video. Now, what I used to do is have a rule. I'd create and I'd share. I wouldn't have that process of watching it back, judging myself, analyzing it. I would get to the point where I'd just create and share. I had a little Kodak what was it called, Z1i or something. It's like the first HD little mini, it's like a mini camera. This was before mobile phones had cameras. And basically, I just whipped that out, shoot a video, share it with the world, and that was it. Now when I look back again, I'm horrified by those videos, they're horrible, but it got me to the stage I'm at right now where I feel super comfortable on camera. That's just like a little bonus tip. Just don't be afraid, don't be scared of what people think, or don't think that people are going to judge you. They are going to judge you. There's people looking at me right now as I'm filming this and wondering why the hell I've got a big giant camera and why the hell that I'm using this camera to produce video. If you have the desire to share your mission with the world, then you need to put that aside. People are going to judge you, are going to criticize you, they are going to try and take shots at you, they are going to hate on you, people are going to criticize everything, all of that. But success is saved for those who prepare to put themselves on the line the most often. Could I get a burrito bowl, please? Can I get the cabbage? Yeah. Burrito bowls are so good. So you just got to get over the fact of being afraid to produce content. It's important that you start doing it, especially if you have a desire to be an expert within your field. It is essential in the fitness industry that you start sharing your knowledge so you can help people, inspire people. You're not going to get the opportunity to work with everyone, but you are going to get an opportunity to work with a few people. But your information can change lives, and holding it inside of your heart is never going to help anyone. So start sharing that information immediately, okay? Start getting out there and doing it.
Diamonds on my face, niggas bringing me that girl like you can have my bitch. Just help me get down with the cheese with it. Man, little groupies, they make me sick. You ain't getting in there at the party unless you a chick. And bitch, you ain't getting in the hotel unless we rip. And you gotta look fine, plus suck a bean dick. Shorty, hit me high there, hit me low. You get around, girl, I know I seen your face before. Turn around, yeah, I know I recognize that ass.